This question is from Satish. He says that I am not able to decide my profession, whether I need a job or should I carry on with the business. My father and society affect my mind, and now I'm at the stage of nowhere. How should I know what I'm really for?
I think we already answered this question in a certain way. You need to see what is truly worthwhile for this life to be invested into. It doesn't matter what it is, it doesn't matter what they think. I think to cure you of this disease, one thing that we need to do is socially, we need to do something in this country. In this country, we have this problem, one profession is in the sky, another profession is here.
Yes.
This needs to go. It has to happen that an electrician, a plumber, a carpenter has to be on the same level as a doctor, engineer and whatever else. Can I include your thing also? The manager. Only because we kept them so low, we have such low skills in those areas. Today, in India, you have carpenters. If he fixes a door, if you close it, you can't open it. If you open it, you can't close it. You must check the men's room, whoever is the carpenter, he's just removed the bolt and everything so that I don't know if it's intentional or that's the way it is. So I'm saying we have such carpenters. I must tell you this, I've been telling this to a lot of people because this came into my memory once again because I started riding motorcycles. Those were times when I was riding, crisscrossing India without any destination, simply. So sometimes I ride 3 days and 3 nights non-stop. This was something that, I kind of managed within myself doing certain things that without sleep, riding for 3 nights and 3 days. So this is one night, full night I've ridden early morning. I'm somewhere in Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh border. I stop for a cup of tea and maybe something to eat. Normally I handle my own motorcycle because I'm always on the road. I don't want to trust that with anybody else. But I've just ridden the whole night and stopped here at a dhaba. Next to that I saw a garage, Mubarak Mechanical Works. So, handwritten board. Then there was a strapping young youth. I said, hey, why don't you tighten my chain, because it's a simple thing. Motorcycles, chains become loose of riding. So I said, all you have to do is take off a link and tighten it a bit. I said, why don't you do it for me? So this guy came out with tools. The tools in his hand were a chisel and a hammer. I looked at this and said, okay, and I kept my tea and I came. I said, wait, before you touch my motorcycle. I went into his garage to see. The only tools he had in the garage was chisel and hammer. He does everything with this chisel and hammer. But after he's done the job, nobody else can do anything with it anymore. So there's a whole lot of people in life that they're conducting their life like this. They got just one instrument. Right now, this instrument, unfortunately, is called intellect. Somebody is using it. If I ask you a question, do you want a sharp intellect or a dull intellect? You must choose, I'm going to bless you. Sharp or blunt? Sharp. So essentially, your intellect is a cutting instrument. It's like a knife. It slices through things. It dissects things and shows you a few things. But dissection is not a way of knowing entire life. I really want to know you, Shashank. Can we dissect you? If we dissect you, will we know you? We may see your heart, kidney, liver and spleen, but we won't know a thing about you because you won't be there. Yes?
Yes.
Maybe by including you, maybe by embracing you, I may know something. But by dissecting you, I will not know a thing about you, isn't it? So right now, you're using this you're a single instrument mechanic. For everything intellect, a human being has many layers of intelligence, many dimensions of intelligence. But we have created an education system where intellect is the only thing that is regarded as intelligence. This is a cutting instrument. With a cutting instrument, if you try to do everything, no wonder. Suppose with a cutting instrument you try to sew, you will leave it in tatters, isn't it? That's all that's happening to life. Why every simple thing is a problem and a question is simply because we are using a cutting instrument to do everything in our life. There are other dimensions of intelligence, especially if you want to manage, let's say, 1,000 or 10,000 people in your life, which is what management means. It's very important, other dimensions of intelligence are on. With intellect, somebody who comes in front of you, you'll try to dissect this guy and understand him, you'll make all the wrong conclusions. You must have a different dimension of intelligence and insight that if you see this person, you know what to do with him and what not to do with him. If this much sense doesn't come into you, with intellect if you go, you can talk a lot of management, but you won't be able to manage much. If you do manage much, you will get ulcers. You won't joyfully manage anything because when you do something that you're not competent to do, it will give you hell, isn't it? Hello? If I give you just 5 balls and ask you to juggle, it'll drive you crazy. Suppose this is the examination for you this time. If you want to pass your MBA, you must manage 5 balls juggling. You want to pass? It'll fall all over. What you're not competent of, if you try to do, you'll go crazy. So don't try to do something, don't try to elevate your activity. See how to elevate this. See, if you scale up your activity without scaling up this one, you will suffer activity immensely, isn't it? You don't try to up the activity, you scale this up, world will bring the activity to you. But nobody wants to invest time to scale this up. You must scale this being up. Don't worry, where is my job, where is my thing? The world will come to you. They have to come to you. If you are at a certain level of elevation, you think the world won't come to you? They will come to you. They cannot miss you. But instead of that, instead of scaling yourself up, you're scaling the activity and going crazy about doing activity. Even with education, I'm saying, don't try to understand and grasp and all this nonsense. There are ways to into deeper dimensions of intelligence within this. See, when I say deeper dimensions of intelligence, to put it very simply, what did you have for breakfast, Shasank?
Ragi dosa.
Okay. Ragi dosa. The boy is becoming Kannada. Ragi dosa doesn't look like you, doesn't feel like you, doesn't look like any human being, isn't it? But you eat ragi dosa, it goes inside. Over 3-4 hours' time, it becomes you. Isn't it so? So there is an intelligence here which can turn a ragi dosa into a human being. Is it a small thing? Is it a small phenomena, I'm asking? You've taken this for granted? If I can take a ragi dosa in my hand and make it into a human being, who do you think I am? Hello? God. Creator himself, isn't it? But every day you're doing this, but unconsciously. This is the human predicament. Whatever you are unconscious of, it does not exist for you, isn't it? Right now, look at the back of the hall, there's a huge dinosaur. Don't turn back, please. There's a huge dinosaur, such a big animal. But you are not conscious of it, it doesn't exist for you, isn't it? Such a huge animal, but you are not conscious, it doesn't exist. Similarly, right here, the very source of creation functioning, an intelligence which can make a ragi dosa into a human being exists right here, but you are not conscious of it, it doesn't exist for you. If it was somewhere and you did not see it, it's okay. If it's within you and you did not see it, this is a tragedy, isn't it? Hello? When there is such a dimension of intelligence which can turn a piece of bread into a human being, should you not delve into it in some way? Should you not find a way to dip your hands into it? If a drop of this intelligence became a conscious process within you, you will live magically, not miserably, never. And you don't have to worry what to do, what to do. World will come and ask you to do all kinds of things when they see you are elevated. So when you're young, this should be the focus, how to build this human being to a place. Not just how to get to that place. That place is only a social place, it's not existential, isn't it? You are a CEO of a company, it's only a social thing, it's not existential. But when you are elevated as a life, it's existential, it stays with you. Whatever is needed in that time in which we exist, we will be able to do it because we have the necessary altitude within us.